Right at the top. Okay, that's why I want to make sure you got that. Thank you. You guys are still right here. You got to come right here. And then you put 4 chairs back here.
That would be my dad.
Oh, sorry. There's 19 chairs. Anywhere, yeah.
I have water.
Just go to our website, knoxcollege.com/college.
Right.
So it was just because I was logged into this.
Yeah, I couldn't see it either, but then I went to another browser and not logged in. I thought he looked at it. I don't know why it's like that.
Students are coming out. Yeah, the students are coming out.
But I don't even know.
I don't know. Maybe we'll find out. We'll find out. Someone else will. They were that good. And they were right off the tennis court, just like right here. It's hard. The alternative, you're finding on the channel. So if it's not that big, really. It's not. Yes. Keep an eye on it. All right, thanks. Sorry, my phone's being slow. Oh no, I'm not going to. She just wanted me to check it. I don't know. Sitting. Yeah, I mean, I got it. I'm not going to watch the whole time. And you were right there. And you could see how you were that close to it. Everyone's standing up. Starting to walk. Starting to walk, yeah.
mid-range of human hearing as compared to the superior hearing of the dog, the Chicago poet Ángeles Garduño has said, "We would like to ask the dog if there is a continuous word because the child in the house keeps growing." Occasions such as this that come by calendar bring us to moments of heightened awareness, marking these events in our minds. Over the last 4 years, while going about your everyday life, you have marked sacred moments as well. These are the moments that have made you who you are today, and these memories are kept alive in your mind. Close your eyes and take the next few seconds to think about the experiences that have brought you to where you are right now.
Good morning. What a beautiful day. Just have to keep looking west to make sure we don't see any storm clouds in a few hours. Welcome on behalf of the Board of Trustees, the faculty and staff of the college. Welcome to this 169th Knox College Commencement. I am Duke Petrovich, Chair of the Board of Trustees of the college. And graduation to me is always special, but this one is even more special for me because to compete and also to understand the importance of social responsibility. You will notice that I have and the trustees have joined you in our pledge for social responsibility. And our wonderful Knox faculty, in their nurturing ways, insisted on bringing out the best in me. I'm sure in years to come, you, the class of 2014, will have similar reflections on your time spent at Knox. As far as my personal memories of commencement, I recall seeing my parents with my diploma in hand. My parents immigrated to the U.S., and of course, they were extremely proud of my accomplishment. And I can never forget my father's inspirational words. He said, "Son, you have your diploma. Now get a job." We're thrilled to have your friends and families and our special honorees here today to help celebrate your accomplishments. You, the class of 2014, have excelled academically and have made valuable contributions to not only Knox, but to the Galesburg community. As you become the newest alumni of Knox, we wish you happiness and success in your future endeavors. We also ask that you not forget Knox, and that you return whenever possible to this beautiful campus with its deeply rooted history. This is your day. Enjoy every single moment. Congratulations, class of 2014.
Welcome to the 169th Commencement Proceedings of Knox College. My name is Teresa Amott. It is my privilege and my honor to serve this fine institution as Knox's 19th president. For 169 years, families and friends of the graduates have made their way by train. We have impeccable timing. By plane, by car, and by foot, to witness the moment at which their special graduate walked across the stage to receive a degree from Knox College. This moment has been made possible by the entire Knox community, our distinguished faculty, and our remarkable staff. Among these, many people who have cared for you for these years. Let us today recognize and thank the campus safety, facilities, and dining service workers who make this campus the beautiful and welcoming place that it is for all of us on this magnificent commencement day. And two more moments of thanks. Let us take a moment to applaud the faculty and the staff at Knox who have been dedicated to your education from the moment at which you first set foot on our campus. And last, we thank your families and your friends for encouragement and support too profound even to describe. Thank you all. It is now my privilege to confer the honorary degrees upon the recipients selected by the Board of Trustees for this 169th commencement. Knox College awarded its first honorary doctorate to Abraham Lincoln in 1860. In a letter to Mr. Lincoln, Knox trustee Orville Browning assured him that Knox is destined to become one of the most useful colleges in the land, and in after time, it will be no discredit to you that you received your degree at her hands. Mr. Browning's prediction came true. Knox did indeed become one of the most useful colleges in the land, and it has continued its tradition of awarding degrees to individuals of great distinction. By selecting these individuals of demonstrated merit for recognition with honorary degrees, the Board of Trustees invites them into an enduring relationship with the college. The degrees carry the weight of the history, traditions, and values of this college. They are conferred with care and with deep respect for those whose lives and deeds we are privileged to honor. Professor John Wagner will present the first candidate for an honorary degree.
President Mott, I am honored to present Alan Harn, Assistant Curator of Anthropology at the Dixon Mounds Museum, for the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters. The life work of Alan Harn, a self-educated archaeologist, more than qualifies him for the honor bestowed upon him today. Working at the nationally renowned Dixon Mounds Archaeological Museum and Research Center, Mr. Harn has conducted investigations of the late prehistoric cultures of central Illinois, focusing his attention on the network of populations resulting in the creation of sites like Dixon Mounds, built some 700 to 900 years ago. He's considered to be the leading expert on this important site and other native cultures of the region. Located in Fulton County, Illinois, just 50 miles south of the Knox campus in Galesburg, the mounds are believed to contain the remains of more than 2,000 people. Mr. Harn was born just west of the mounds and, as a boy, began collecting artifacts and recording archaeological sites in the area. During his high school years, he worked on archaeological excavations and attended summer archaeological field schools conducted by the Illinois State Museum. He knew and eventually would come to work with Dr. Don Dixon, who owned the property and had carried out excavations at Dixon Mounds starting in the 1920s. Dixon sold the site to the state of Illinois in 1945, and in 1994, the state undertook a widely acclaimed state-of-the-art renovation of the popular Dixon Mounds Museum. After conducting archaeological investigations for Southern Illinois University, Mr. Harn accepted a position at Dixon Mounds Museum in 1962. During his 52 years at the site, he's worked with, learned from, and tutored prominent archaeologists, and has personally surveyed, excavated, recorded, and analyzed countless archaeological remains. His scientific illustrations have appeared in numerous publications, and he is the author of more than 80 scientific articles, papers, and reports, as well as 4 books, including most recently, 600 Generations There, Archaeological and Historical Perspectives of Life at Emiquon, the Nature Conservancy, and U.S. Fish and Wildlife Services properties, Fulton County, Illinois, published in 2012. This year, he will complete a definitive volume describing 87 years of research and discoveries at the Dixon Mounds site. For decades, Mr. Harn has also been a great friend of Knox College, taking time from his research and writing agenda to guide visiting groups of students through the museum, as well as the laboratory and collection areas, normally open only to research staff and visiting scholars. And he has no plan to stop his work anytime soon. If I ever retire, I'll be here every day until my health won't let me get around anymore because there are so many things to discover, he recently told the State Journal Register. President Amat, in honor of his more than 50 years of researching and analyzing the archaeological history of Illinois' Dixon Mounds, I present Alan Harn for the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters.
By the authority of the General Assembly of the State of Illinois, vested in the Board of Trustees of Knox College, and by them delegated to me, I hereby confer upon you the degree Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa, with all the privileges, honors, and dignities which here and elsewhere pertain to that degree. Professor Ford will present the second candidate for an honorary degree.
President Amat, I am honored to present Ramsey Lewis, Grammy Award-winning jazz musician, back to Knox College for the degree of Doctor of Fine Arts. Ramsey Lewis has been an iconic leader in the contemporary jazz movement for more than 50 years, while also making a significant impact on the pop music and rhythm and blues genres. Working with bassist L.D. Young and percussionist Red Hope, Lewis released his first album, Ramsey Lewis and His Gentlemen of Jazz, in 1956. His 1965 hit, The In Crowd, earned the first of his 7 gold records, as well as the first of 3 Grammy Awards, and was later selected for the Grammy Hall of Fame. Mr. Lewis also scored on the pop charts in 1966 with the Grammy-winning hit Hang On Sloopy and Wade in the Water. He recently released his 80th collection of songs, Ramsey
taking another look. Mr. Lewis has collaborated with top musical artists throughout his career, including Nancy Wilson, the London Philharmonia Orchestra, Grover Washington, and Earl Clute. He has hosted jazz shows on radio and television around the country, including a 13-episode Legends of Jazz series on PBS that featured live performances by jazz greats Dave Brubeck, Chick Corea, Kirk Elling, Benny Golson, Pat Metheny, and Tony Bennett. A longtime resident of Illinois, Mr. Lewis has contributed greatly to the cultural heritage of the state and regularly promotes the importance of music to its youth. He is artistic director of the Jazz at Ravinia series and co-founder of the Ravinia Mentor program that promotes jazz in Chicago high schools. He was named Citizen of the Year by Chicago's Gateway Foundation in 1996 and received the Laureate Award from the Lincoln Academy of Illinois the following year. In 2007, he was honored as Legendary Landmark by the Landmarks Illinois Association, which honors individuals who have been integral to the civic well-being and cultural integrity of the state. In 2009, Mr. Lewis was commissioned to compose Proclamation of Hope, a new work celebrating the 200th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, which received its premiere performance at the Ravinia Festival in Chicago. In addition to 3 Grammys, 7 gold records, and 3 Radio Industry Achievement Awards, Mr. Lewis includes the 2004 Image Award from the NAACP and the 2007 Jazz Masters Award from the National Endowment for the Arts, among his numerous honors. President Amat, in honor of his renowned career as a jazz musician and his impact on the cultural heritage of our country and the state of Illinois, I present Ramsey Lewis for the degree of Doctor of Fine Arts.
By the authority delegated to me, I hereby confer upon you the degree Doctor of Fine Arts, honoris causa, with all the privileges, honors, and dignities which here and elsewhere pertain to that degree. Professor Robin Metz will present the 3rd candidate for an honorary degree.
Pulitzer Prize in Poetry and 19th Poet Laureate of the United States of America. Born in Gulfport, Mississippi, Natasha Trethewey earned her advanced degrees in poetry from College University and the University of Massachusetts. Her first collection of poetry, Domestic Work, was selected by Rita Dove, who herself received an honorary degree from Knox, as the winner of the inaugural Cave Canem Poetry Prize for the best first book by an African-American poet. Natasha Trethewey has subsequently published 3 more collections of poetry: Bellots, Ophelia, Thrall, and Native Guard, which was awarded the Pulitzer Prize for Poetry. She has also published Beyond Katrina, a meditation on the Mississippi Gulf Coast, which is often described as a work of nonfiction, but which in fact masterfully weaves both poetry and prose, meteorological history and personal history into a compelling story of heartbreak and hope. As an educator, Natasha Trethewey has taught at Duke University and the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. She currently serves as Robert W. Woodruff Professor of English and Creative Writing at Emory University. Among her many awards are fellowships from the Beinecke Library at Yale University, the National Endowment for the Arts, the Guggenheim Foundation, and the Rockefeller Foundation. In 2012, she was named Poet Laureate of the state of Mississippi and the 19th Poet Laureate of the United States. Because Natasha Trethewey has visited Knox in the past, I turn to her and say, welcome back. And because she will visit Knox again next year to present her work both to the campus and Galesburg communities, I turn to her and say, I can hardly wait. This is an anticipation born out of profound admiration for her art. That is, her exquisite devotion to craft, her serene but boundless compassion for the downtrodden, her unique and exceptional capacity to braid the delicate story of a person's life with the tumultuous and often ravaging currents of history, and not least, her willingness, with courage and steely perseverance, to draw forth from the shadowed margins of societal abuse and neglect the true and dignified lives of our forgotten brothers and sisters, Americans all. President Ahmad, in honor of her remarkable contributions to American poetry and to American life, I present Natasha Trethewey for the degree of Doctor of Fine Arts.
By the authority delegated to me, I hereby confer upon you the degree Doctor of Fine Arts, honoris causa, with all the privileges, honors, and dignities which here and elsewhere pertain to that degree.
Good morning, members of the Knox College community, President Ahmad, trustees, faculty, parents, and the graduating class of 2014. It's a great pleasure and an honor to address you today in the birthplace of Carl Sandburg, a great poet of the people whose democratic vistas have compelled us to see the possibility of justice in the world. I have visited this lovely place once before, but it is more importantly the history of Knox College, the commitment to abolition, to social justice, woven into its founding, that makes my return today feel like a kind of homecoming. For that, I am grateful. And also, because I did not attend my own college graduation, I am grateful to share this day with you. I know that I missed out on something important, something I might have carried with me as a pleasant memory of a momentous day, a sense of triumph over difficult odds, and a way to mark an important milestone that at some moments seemed I might never reach. Some of you have faced difficult odds thus far in your lives, perhaps having to work while pursuing your studies, or deal with an illness or disability, or serve as a caregiver for a family member. Many of you have not, and for that blessing I am thankful and wish for you that it always be so. For all of you graduating today, I wish a smooth and lucky passage. This is a time of year I love, perhaps second only to the beginning of a new academic year. That first inkling of autumn in the air, the way the sharp pages of a newly acquired book or even the musty scent of an old one suggest to me the endless possibilities for learning, for pursuing knowledge not only for my work as a poet, but also for the sheer pleasure of it. I love this time of year differently. I anticipate some time to rest, the brief respite of a few days vacation in the warmer months, so that I can begin again with renewed enthusiasm my life's work. But I also anticipate the reckoning again with my difficult past. You were perhaps feeling something quite different, perhaps relief to have completed this part of your education, or melancholy at moving on from this stage in your life, excitement about the opportunities before you, or anxiety in these difficult times about the uncertain future. No doubt you've given this some serious thought. Although my own passage was not smooth, I can still see in it a measure of luck. When I was a graduating senior, I had already experienced the most traumatic event of my life and had to overcome that hardship. In my freshman year, my mother was killed, gunned down in a parking lot by her second husband, her then ex-husband, a troubled Vietnam veteran with a history of mental illness. For the rest of my time in college, I was grieving. When I wasn't grieving, I was trying to carry on with my extracurricular activities, holding down a part-time job and socializing with my friends. I was not doing much studying and only showing up in my classes enough to earn a gentlewoman's C average. I couldn't focus on schoolwork, and I didn't know enough to forgive myself that fact and seek some kind of counseling that would have perhaps helped me contend with my grief and perform better at my studies. I'd been an English major from the time I arrived at the university, but during those 4 years I shopped around, taking all sorts of classes and thinking I might change my major. I never did, though, not only because I had liked literature in high school, but also because I think I've become complacent and not as invested in my education as I needed to be. It was my default choice. I can see now that I was lucky to be getting a liberal arts education that allowed me to explore a lot of different types of courses, as well as being offered a more concentrated education in a particular subject. So many of my classmates seemed to know exactly what they were doing and why, and I envied that. I still do. I often wonder now what would be different about my life and career had I decided to become a history major. But I was without direction, a sampler, and fortunate that many of those courses I have studied, I tried out, if only for a semester, sustained my scattered attention in ways I could not have anticipated. Two of them stand out to me now. Perhaps you can already look back and recognize what course, academic experience, or faculty member has made what will be a lasting impact on your life. Back then, I could not see how what I was learning would give shape and purpose to my life, let alone a kind of redemption. In the spring of my freshman year, the spring I lost my mother, I was taking an American history course. On the first day of class, the professor asked us to write down on note cards the names of our hometowns. Now, this was in the 1980s, before the ease of research on the internet. So what the professor did is even more impressive to me as I look back on it now. We, too, were on the quarter system, and the next day, when we came back to class, he introduced each of us by describing some significant historical events that had taken place in our hometowns. Because my hometown was out of state, I sat there waiting for him to get to me, certain he couldn't have much to say about where I'd come from, a little town on the Mississippi Gulf Coast. But he did know something, and as I listened, I began to see myself as part of a larger history, not just my personal history, but also a geographical, cultural, social, political, and economic history that connected me to other people, and that had already helped to shape me, to make me who I was. From that one class, I took away a seed that grew in me the first real inklings of myself as an historical being, not someone outside of history or adrift in it, but someone with a past that was older and more significant than my 19 years on Earth. I did not know then what that would mean to me years later when I finally had found my calling as a poet, deeply interested in writing about the intersections and contentions between personal and public history, and about justice. Nor did I consider the ways in which I was on my way to being part of an educated and informed citizenry who could fully participate in the ongoing shaping of my nation. Within a few months of that second day of class, my mother would be dead, and I would find myself asking the question, more profoundly than I ever had before, how has this world as it now exists come to be what it is? At the moment, the question was no longer what we ask in our studies in general, not the usual way we ask how and why of things, but now a life and death matter. It had an immediacy that was bound to the fact of my being, and whether I would survive and flourish or merely survive in the world I've been given. The other class was a food science course I took in my senior year. It was only a 2-credit course, but it was one of the most memorable of my college experience. We studied everything from the FDA and USDA guidelines about the various grades of meat, food processing, labeling, and safety to foodborne illnesses. In one assignment, in order to learn how to recognize which bacteria in food preparation had caused a particular illness, we had to solve cases in which we were like detectives, following the clues as the sleuth does in a mystery novel. Until then, I had not known how much I could be drawn to a kind of scientific research, to investigation, to puzzling out, using primary evidence, the answer to some practical question affecting our lives. Nor did I realize that there were connections between a course like this one and my shock and disgust and pleasure upon reading in high school Upton Sinclair's 1906 novel, The Jungle, that details some of the early horrors of the meatpacking industry in Chicago and the regulations that it spurred. Nor could I see that, taken all together, these courses and my English major were preparing me for the moment that I'd recognize what it was I'd been meant to do. That it involved literature, not only reading it, but writing it, and that the writing of it would involve an engagement with history, society, and culture, a curiosity that fostered a desire to do research, to go beyond disciplinary boundaries, to make my way in the world not just in spite of certain setbacks, but building upon them. Those lessons that hardships and limitations, no matter what they are, can teach us. Without realizing it, I've been given the tools and the opportunity to think critically, to grapple with difficult knowledge, and to question assumptions and received notions about things. I have begun to ask, more pointedly than ever before, how the world as it is now exists come to be what it is, and what is my place in it. Questions that form the scaffolding of a life built upon being consciously historical. Most of my other courses those years are a blur to me, now part of what seems like intuitive knowledge, but is, as the best intuition is, the result of prolonged tuition. And in many ways, this is perhaps the best part of a liberal arts education. I was not studying to be a writer, but everything I studied has helped me become one, to answer my calling. Today marks the day that you too have done that preliminary work, whether you are yet fully aware of it or not. And it is to be celebrated now and in the years to come as you continue to build upon the sound foundation of your excellent education. But this is not a time for complacency. In her essay, Resisting Amnesia, poet Adrienne Rich reminds us that one does indeed have a choice to become consciously historical. That is, a person who tries for memory and connectedness against amnesia and nostalgia. One who tries to describe her or his journeys. Historical amnesia, she wrote, is starvation of the imagination that no ongoing pursuit of knowledge can survive. It was in that pursuit of knowledge that I was lucky enough to ensure my survival through what would not be a smooth passage. When I think back on those years, I have a momentary sense of terror that I might not have made it to where I am now, might not have survived personal tragedy and found a calling, a way to live in the world that continues to challenge and reward me beyond the necessary and pleasurable material comforts. And I can say without a doubt that my education, seemingly haphazard and often blindly gained, saved me. It gave me a means of understanding my place in the world, a way to contend with history, law, and society, my role and rights as a citizen, a way to grapple with the political, societal, and socioeconomic context of the historical moment in which my mother was murdered. Even now, it's hard to say that word, but I am a writer, and therefore I am in the business of saying things precisely, and of choosing to be consciously historical. Some people go blindly about their lives, letting others decide the kind of world we're going to live in. Your education is a privilege that not everyone is able to attain, and therefore you have a greater responsibility as the educated citizenry to enter, as the poet Robert Penn Warren put it, the world of action and liability. That is, the necessity now more than ever for historical awareness, civic duty, and social responsibility. To be truly educated is to resist the easy certainties of deeply ingrained and unexamined ideologies, of sound bites and cliches, in favor of an ongoing pursuit of knowledge, of truth, no matter how uncomfortable it makes you. There are countless ways to enter that world of action and liability, to answer your own calling in a way that will benefit not only yourselves and your loved ones, but can also serve the greater good. One of the things I love most about my calling, poetry, is that across time and space, it shows us not that we are different, but how we are alike. It connects us through the intimacy of a single voice speaking across the distances, and through empathy to the lives of others, showing us a way to know ourselves in the mirror of someone else's experience. And it allows us to say exactly, precisely what we mean, and to mean something else, perhaps even more important, at the same time. So, in closing, I'd like to read you a lovely poem by Richard Wilbur. It offers a fitting metaphor for this occasion as you embark on writing the next chapter of your life story. It's called The Writer. In her room at the crown of the house, where light breaks and the windows are tossed with linden, my daughter is writing a story. I pause in the stairwell, hearing from her shut door a commotion of typewriter keys like a chain hauled over a gunnel. Young as she is, the stuff of her life is a great cargo, and some of it heavy. I wish her a lucky passage. But now it is she who pauses as if to reject my thought and its easy figure. A stillness greatens in which the whole house seems to be thinking, and then she is at it again with a bunched clamor of strokes, and again is silent. I remember the dazed starling which was trapped in that very room 2 years ago, how we stole in, lifted a sash, and retreated not to affright it, and how for a helpless hour through the crack of the door we watched the sleek, wild, dark, and iridescent creature batter against the brilliance, drop like a glove to the hard floor or the desktop, and wait then, humped and bloody, for the wits to try it again. And how our spirits rose when, suddenly sure, it lifted off from a chair back, beating a smooth course for the right window and clearing the sill of the world. It is always a matter, my darling, of life or death, as I had forgotten. I wish what I wished you before, but harder. How true the sentiments of the poem, the stuff of our lives, a great cargo, some of it heavy, the work, often difficult at times, to clear the sill of the world in our pursuits, the way our lives are always a matter of life or death. Out of the stuff of my life, and the gifts of a liberal arts education, I found a way to live in the world that could nurture my soul, and, I like to think, the souls of others. There are a myriad ways to do that. What will yours be? How lucky you are today to be poised before the sill of the world, on the cusp of so much to come. I wish what I wished you before, but harder. Congratulations.
Each year, the graduating class selects one of its members to represent them on this important day by delivering the senior class speech. As is typical of a Knox education, the selection process is rigorous and challenging. Candidates prepare a presentation. They are videotaped. The videos are posted and shared with the entire senior class. And it is also typical of Knox, a democratic process of selection ensues. The speaker receiving the largest number of votes is chosen. This year's speaker is Ángeles Garduño from Chicago, Illinois. Ángeles is a double major in educational studies, with a specialty in secondary education and Spanish. She is a member of the Delta 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 sorority. She will return to Galesburg next fall to complete her teaching certification. She will teach at the Galesburg High School. And I know, because I know a little bit about her, that she will inspire her students there with her dedication and her empathy. Ángeles Garduño.
Parents, family, friends, esteemed faculty and staff, my name is Ángeles Garduño, and today it's my honor and privilege to welcome you on behalf of the graduating class of 2014. Since I have your attention for the next few minutes, not the length of my speech, but an average of attention spans at graduations, I wanted to take the time to thank my parents, Perfecto and Evelina, and the rest of my family for their immense support. Les agradezco tanto que están aquí. Ustedes son la razón que me graduó hoy. If you didn't understand that, I encourage you to pursue studies in Spanish. But to everyone else joining us here today, know you are part of the reason that we are willing to dress in all black on this lovely day. To my fellow classmates, congratulations. We've not only survived senioritis and flunk day, but After today, we're finally going to embrace the true meaning of freedom to flourish. If you're like me, you've probably tried to decipher the meaning of this simplistically complicated term in between gizmo dates, all-nighters, work, naps, parties, and of course classes. In the last 4 years, I've postulated that freedom to flourish is actually an arbitrary, nonsensical term that has been embedded into Knox culture because, well, it looks great on a website. Luckily, I have since come up with a more flattering definition. About 5 weeks ago, like most of you have done in one form or another, I found myself studying with a group of friends when our honest efforts to get all of our work done at a reasonable hour morphed into this vivid and intellectually stimulating conversation. We voiced our concerns about saving over work for a measly piece of paper that seems to cost thousands of dollars to print off. Conventionally, this piece of paper is known as a college degree, and it was during this fully fledged procrastination session that I had a moment of clarity. I realized that every experience at Knox, good and bad, has helped me shape the person I've become. At that moment, I could finally embrace the true meaning of our motto. I'll start by explaining what freedom to flourish is not. I, like you, would love to believe that freedom to flourish has automatically empowered Knox graduates to secure a well-paying job after graduation, or ensure their ability to pay their loans while following their dreams, but it doesn't, and it won't, not on its own anyway. Freedom to flourish does not guarantee the support and comfort we expect when we express our individuality, because we already stick out like sore thumbs in this world. Freedom to flourish does not mean Knox has always fostered an environment in which we've been able to prosper happily and easily, but what it does mean is simple. Our motto lets us know that while at Knox, we've honed and developed an invaluable skill set, one we will need for the rest of our lives to survive and make it on our own. At some point in the future, you will probably find yourselves in a pointless conversation with a boss, a friend, maybe even a spouse. I urge you to tap into the patience you developed during freshman preset. This is probably the first time you've ever had to face a group of diverse and strongly opinionated strangers. You learn that think outside the box doesn't even begin to describe the complicated process of thinking Knox College students employ on a day-to-day basis. It's more like stomp the box to the ground until it's no longer a box, and then begin to question its relation to what you were thinking about in the first place. This process, ladies and gentlemen, has allowed us to view the world through a different lens. We enjoy fact-checking, correcting, and challenging others' opinions, but I know that we are a very understanding class. So in the future, remember that these seemingly pointless conversations aren't pointless at all. Though you may forget, there is some value in hearing what others have to say. Another example of how our liberal arts education has helped mold us into well-rounded individuals can be explained by snowpocalypse. For those of you that missed out, here's a brief recap. It snowed a lot. And as underclassmen, we were barricaded in the quads without electricity. Classes were canceled, so some students took the weather advisory seriously and stayed indoors. Others took it upon themselves to create their own version of flunk day. The moral of this story is that we are survivors. The weather will probably never stand in our way of making the most out of this life. 2 rained-out flunk days is proof of that. At times, you may probably feel unprepared for the multiple challenges that lie ahead. I'd like to take this moment to remind you that you can do it. The loss of Tungu Luwani, though painful and tragic, is testament that Knox students are resilient. We didn't face this challenge alone, and if you look to all of the remarkable individuals sitting next to you in graduation gowns, remember you will never have to. The relationships you've established at Knox with faculty, staff, and your peers will serve you well today and in the future. No matter what, adversity can't and won't stand in your way. If your dream job hasn't landed in your lap, that's all right. You're more than qualified, but nothing in this world comes easy, so keep working. I hope after Knox, no one chooses to conform, because our differences are what made this institution what it is today. You are Knox, whether you like it or not. And I'm sure the real world will be able to tell anyway, but never forget that. It's all right to have questioned our trimester system. It's all right to have questioned our administration. And it's all right to have questioned the value of our degree, because that was our way of ensuring this experience would be a valuable investment. Knox is a place like no other. As you commence the rest of your life, remember that everyone, and I do mean everyone, has been afforded the opportunity to freely chase their dreams and flourish in their own way. We made it. We are the graduating class of 2014.
Present the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Arts. President Mott, I have the honor to present to you the members of the class of 2014 who have completed the requirements for the degree of Bachelor of Arts and who have been recommended to you by the faculty. Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts please rise and remain standing? Graduates of the college, you have successfully completed the course of study prescribed by the faculty and by the authority of the General Assembly of the State of Illinois, vested in the Board of Trustees of Knox College, and by them delegated to me. I hereby confer upon you the degree Bachelor of Arts with all the privileges, honors, and dignities which here and elsewhere pertain to that degree. As the graduates present themselves for their diplomas, I will cite those who are graduating with honors, and we ask that the audience please refrain from applause until all of our graduates have received their diplomas. Kwesi Atopa Adeyobo. Luke Norman Allred, cum laude. Alex Elenu. Ruth Marie Ammerman, cum laude, honors in philosophy and sociology. Marie Catherine Anderson. Paige Chandler Anderson, cum laude. Karina Arroyo. Alan Oliva Agatia. Amanda Jane Axley, magna cum laude. Kathleen Amanda Babington. Ariella Rachel Bailey, magna cum laude. David Aaron Ashby Baker. Evan Maine Balswood, cum laude. Olivia Ann Barnett. Matthew James Berry, magna cum laude, honors in international relations. Emma Bassey. Jennifer Renee Becker. Haley Ann Beeson. William Alexander James Beeson, cum laude. Michael W. Baylitz, cum laude, honors in conservation biology. Philip Harrison Bennett.
It's green.
John Henry Bertels. Shelley S. Bennett, cum laude.
I didn't touch it. I didn't know I wouldn't.
Natalia Binkowski.
I thought you could record it. Is the other one recording?
Hannah Louise Black. Alyssa Michelle Blydor, cum laude. Hannah Belle Lloyd Peschkin, summa cum laude. Carly Ann Bagola, cum laude. Kiara Antoinette Booth. Stephen James Bora. William Bernhard Bowman. Colleen Elizabeth Boyd, cum laude. Emily Elizabeth Brand, cum laude. Adam Patrick Brooking. Tyler N. Goodell. Hong Mai Fui. Alexander Burek. Joshua Benjamin Caleb. Portia Marie Calhoun. Elaine Leah Campbell, summa cum laude. Stephanie Dawn Campbell. Carmen Amelia Caraballo.
That's my dog.
Thomas Robert Carr. Manuel Seha. Mackenzie Morris Chapman. Gabrielle Elise Charles. Weston Paul Chenoweth, summa cum laude. Kathleen Marie Klusky. Duncan Whirling Cochran. Yael Bryn Cody. Jenna Gabrielle Cohen, cum laude. Devin Tremel Compton. Hannah Rose Compton, cum laude. Andrew Buchanan Cook. Emily Rose Cooney. Brittany Nicole Horner. Thomas Ryan Courtright, cum laude, Honors in International Relations. Colin Thomas Hoots, summa cum laude. Tanae Eunice Crockett. Laura Morgan Crossley, summa cum laude. Kelsey Jane Cullum, cum laude. Ryan Paul Cascaden. Grace Elliott Davis, magna cum laude. Jacqueline Davis. Raleigh Elena DeRose. Anthony Edwin Diebner Hansen. Demaz Tawalda Desta. Allison Dora Diamond, cum laude, honors in theater. Andrew Mal Diaz. Emily Marie Dicklish, cum laude. Thomas Arthur Disher. Andrea Rose Dolezal. Alexander Domasic. Emma Ford Brzezinski. Du Yuhan. Caleb David Dooku. Robert Rhymes Durgan. Yatunde Omawali Yorokoa. Tegan Elizabeth Eastman, cum laude. Jeremy Robert Edison, summa cum laude, and co-winner of the John C. Weigel Prize, which is awarded to the member or members of the graduating class with the highest scholastic achievement. Amber Nicole Isha. Ariana Bristol Elmas. Chelsea Elizabeth Embry, magna cum laude. Danielle Marie Erickson, cum laude. Allison Christine Favino. Esther Rebecca Farler Westfall, cum laude. Tyler Amir Faulkner. Fong Weijie. James Gerald Fenner, magna cum laude. Joshua Asher Fishman, cum laude. Matthew Donald Flesher. Noelia Fraga. Christopher Ryan Frame, cum laude. Ángeles Garduño. Charlotte Jane Garvin. Maxwell N. Gatius, cum laude. Katie Eileen Golick, cum laude. Alyssa Marie Gill, cum laude, honors in theater. Grace Emily Gloyak. Veronica Ellen Gockenbach. Zijao Anna Gong. Amelia Louise Goranson, summa cum laude, honors in psychology. Supriya Garoon. Elizabeth Catherine Guth. Azura Renee Gwynn, honors in creative writing and English literature. Ashley Lauren Hamilton. James Michael Hammer Jr. Ryan Christopher Hansen. Lauren Yvette Harris. Kylie Ann Harrison. Chantel Madeline Heckman. Matthew Dale Hendrick. Rebecca Ruth Heisel, cum laude. Jonathan Christian Hewitt. Danica Noel Hill, cum laude. Prosper Renee Hodgson. Amber Nicole Hogan, cum laude. Avicina Lynn Hollingsworth. Nicole Andrea Holtzman, cum laude. Sean Dorico Hopkins. Ting Ting Huang, magna cum laude. Franz Enrique Hübner. Christine Sampson Ilogan. Anthony James Ingram. Claudia Abigail Izquierdo. Alex Smith Jandernoa. Matthew Januszewski. Nathan Friedrich Sandin Jollis, summa cum laude. Abby Lynn John. Jim Verghese John. David Irving Jones. Kayla Capri Jones. Maya Catherine Kaler. Kang Nada, cum laude. Megan Lynn Capes. Anna Karwaska, magna cum laude. Alyssa Joy Kennemer. Kayla Ann Kennedy, cum laude. Paul Truman Kenny. Catherine Marie Klein. Kiana Rexana Klossner, cum laude. Leandra Karen Knapp. Laura Catherine Knight, summa cum laude. Joseph Anthony Knudsen, magna cum laude, honors in psychology. Rachel Hannah Cooney. Adam Xavier Kosmicki. Dylan Alexander Kostka. Sterling Prescott Kowalski, magna cum laude. Anna Catherine Kramer, magna cum laude, honors in neuroscience. Karen Suzanne Krasta. Grace Marie Laffey. Evelyn Glenna Langley, magna cum laude. Addie Jane Larson. Rebecca Leah Lauer, cum laude, honors in gender and women's studies. Sekanat Olami Tundan Lawani. Tundan. And if we could observe a moment of silence. And seniors. Stacy Catherine LeBlanc. Lee Boran, summa cum laude. Rachel W. Lee, cum laude. Anna Elizabeth Lemon, cum laude. Annalise Elizabeth Lengerich. Selena Freya Leon Guerrero. Elizabeth Therese Leram, cum laude, honors in sociology. Brian Robert Leslie. Danica Madison Lewis, magna cum laude. Catherine Ann Lewis. James Leo Lichtenstein, magna cum laude, honors in biology. Ariana Marley Lisewski, magna cum laude. Nicola Lauren Liss. Amy Lee. Miranda Beatrix Lober, magna cum laude. Sarah Ann Longfellow. Grant Peter Lowe, cum laude. Jessica Rose Luther. Chloe Nicole Luthmeyer, cum laude. Luke Nathaniel Madsen, honors in history and classics. Anisha Ivani Madigali. Bethany Lynn Mariner. Peter William Markhart. Sarah Elizabeth Martin. Marcus James McGee, summa cum laude, honors in political anthropology, Mexican studies, and econometrics, and winner of the E. Inman Fox Prize, awarded to the senior student whose scholarly achievement and pursuit of a truly liberal education are exceptional among peers. Nora Kathleen McGinn. Rebecca Ann McManaman. Christopher John McNichols, cum laude. Charles Leonard McGinnity. Erin Rose McGinnity. Ellie Melissa Mercado. Hannah Marie Nicholson. Eric Michael Miller. William James Millville. Paul Garrett Mills. Jesse Mitchell. Neil Christopher Moon. Grace Corin Moran, magna cum laude. Gabriel Granite Moreno, cum laude. Michael Thomas Maroney. Jamal Bryant Moses. Benjamin Andrew Moss, summa cum laude. Robert James Mueller III. Eli Nathaniel Mulhausen. Mary Catherine Murray, magna cum laude. Alexander Averill Nadolna. Jamal Abdul Nelson. Viet Quang Nguyen, cum laude. Emily Catherine Neal, summa cum laude. Jacqueline Stella Novak. Michael Emmett O'Connell. Timothy Joseph O'Neill, honors in neuroscience and biochemistry. Tyler Rose Oakey, cum laude. Elizabeth Ann Oatney. Jessica Robin Omert, cum laude. Molly M. Olson, magna cum laude. Michelle Elizabeth Orr, cum laude. Maricruz Ariana Osorio. Amanda Isabella Ott. Emily Isun Park. Arthur Michael Pascal. Ahika Patnaik. Samantha Michelle Hall, magna cum laude. Ryan Milo Paulus. Catherine Faith Marie Peck. Christian Musicao Perez. Nicholas Bruce Pernice. Neil James Phelps. Dana Ray Pierce, cum laude. Kavya Kalutla. Christopher Michael Poor, summa cum laude and co-winner of the John C. Weigel Prize to the members of this year's graduating class with the highest scholastic achievement. Max Robert Pavov, cum laude. Kaylee Amanda Prince. Romina Piacura. Abhinav Rajbandri, cum laude. Gabrielle Marvog Rogerison. Jessica Caitlin Corey Raynard. Jeremy Michael Ransom. Adelheid Rose Rydell. Cara Adriana Rivera. Grace Ann Elizabeth Roach. Carter Jace Robertson. Elizabeth Lorraine Rogers. Joseph Zachary Rogers, magna cum laude. Donovan Rosa. Anna Victoria Roser, summa cum laude, honors in Spanish and anthropology. Joseph Julius Rosansky, cum laude. Katrina Therese Rudolph, cum laude. James Alvin Treadwell Rummel.
Yes, baby.
Jessica Michelle Sandoval. Shelley Mardell Santos, cum laude. Kiri Elizabeth Stierce. Court Townsend Shield, magna cum laude. Benjamin Josiah Schlatter. Connor Robert Schmidt, cum laude. Marta Rosina Schneider. Stephanie Lee Schudel. Haley Michelle Shute. Elizabeth Maria Stray. James Gilman Shepard. Elisa Pascal Shields. Amanda Shu Ai-Min, cum laude. Clarice Minjae Shin. Maria Mathen Slade. Matthew Sławek Smolinski. Eric Bruce Smoy. Nicole Suzanne Spencer. Michelle Ileana Stephens. Carolyn Ann Stephen, summa cum laude, honors in environmental studies. Jordan Rose Stewart, cum laude. Rita Elise Stoller. Caitlin Winifred Kramer Stone. Emma Elizabeth Storer. Lauren Jean Stasinski, magna cum laude. Matthew Robert Swank, cum laude. Miles Cameron Swoger. Marika L. Takamura, cum laude. Philip John Tolman, cum laude. Melvin Earl Taylor, Jr. Grace Evelyn Tyson, cum laude. Emily Elizabeth Femer, cum laude. Jim M. Thomas. Caleb Pierce Thompson. Laura Thorson. Jarrett Joplin Thorsted. Hannah Noel Toptrop, cum laude. Karina Tran. Croswell Man Tuladar, cum laude. Akash Nath Uprayati, cum laude. Carmen Yvette Vargas Lamas. Nicholas Allen Wagner. Samantha Louise Waite. Sinead Elizabeth Wainwright. Gretchen Elizabeth Waljesper, magna cum laude, honors in biology. Shimon Watanabe, cum laude. Emma Louise Weitzel. B.E. Wen. Ryan Andrew West. Joy Schneider Westerman, magna cum laude. Allison Keeley White, cum laude. Anya Magdalene White. Jackson Russell White. Peter James White. Savannah Lee Witten. Jordan Wade Willits, cum laude. Nathaniel Robert Wilson. Kelsey Lee Rover Witzling, magna cum laude. Ashley Marie Wolfgang. Olivia Taya K.G. Wondu. Adam Samuel Warden. Timothy James Worrell, cum laude. James Gerald Wright Lee. Benjamin Michael Yoder Henley. Daniel Sheldon Zukowski. Hong Yu Sophie Joe. And Victoria Ann Easel. Class of 2014, congratulations to you, to your families, to your friends. It has been an intense 4 years. You have endured wind chills of minus 42 degrees in the worst winter ever. You have encountered disappointment, maybe even despair. You have worked to exhaustion in the classrooms, in the playing fields and courts, in the library. You have lost a friend and classmate, and we remember her today. But you have also succeeded beyond your imagination, earned honors, competed and won, created, laughed, bonded with friends, fallen in love with people, with places, with ideas, and with causes. You have spoken out with passion in defense of core values of dignity and equality. You have changed Knox by your commitment to sustainability, and you have changed Knox with your reminder that the promise of access is not yet fulfilled, that we have work to do to build a culture of respect on this campus. You now go out into an uncertain future. But as the great Galesburg poet, cited earlier, observed in this very spot over 75 years ago, Paul Sandburg said, "We have hope and faith in you." Here is what he said. "What young people want and dream across the next 100 years will shape history more than any other motivation to be named. Youth now living and youth as yet unborn hold the deeds and the secrets of the folds to be unfolded in the shapes to come." Remarkable words spoken on this very spot. As the poet said, you are the shape of things to come. I believe your comfort with diversity and with innovation makes you, millennials, the first generation in history to have the capacity to be truly global citizens, as aware of what is happening the world away as you are of events in the next town. You are members of the most diverse generation in this nation's history, and because of you, this college's historic commitment to equality has been challenged and will be reconceived more fully. We pledge that to you. For this and many other reasons, I have hope and faith that you will take up the challenges of global citizenship, that you will seek solutions to the world's many ills, that you will use your artistry to create beauty, to document and address injustice, that you will find ways to share the bounty of enterprise with ever broader segments of humanity. You have the global connectedness, the openness of mind, and the critical intellectual skills. In other words, you have a Knox education. You are Knox, all of you, every one of you. So I ask you, class of 2014, to honor the sacrifice of your families and the dedication of our founders, your faculty, and our staff who have worked with you for 4 years. Follow the example of this year's honorary degree recipients. Like Natasha Trethewey, illumine the world and seek an historical consciousness. Like Harn, excavate the buried truth of things. Like Ramsey Lewis, wade in the waters. Class of 2014, alumni of Knox College, remember always, we have hope and faith in you. Come back and visit whenever you can. Your alma mater will be here to welcome you home. So now, with our blessings, into the future.
Depicting individuals wrestling with the uncertainty of life, John Steinbeck wrote, "Aren't you thinking what it's going to be like when you get there? Aren't you scared it won't be nice like we thought?" "No," she said quickly. "No, I'm not. It's too much, living too many lives. Up ahead, there are 1,000 lives we might live, but when it comes, it will only be one." As you continue on in your life's journey, may your learning and good deeds bring you joy and long life. May you help others and be an example to all, just as others help you and show you the path for goodness. May the best within you shine forth with compassion, and may you always lift up your face to meet others in peace.